Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Rahim Show, another episode of our Light Talk Business. I want to say thanks for joining. For some of you who are following the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome to the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, as always, Ricky Ali. For tonight, we are just going to dive into business as usual. We provide information to help businesses and somebody who want to get into business can also learn from some of our video because when we are talking about this topic, we want to make sure that we provide current information to help people succeed because that's one of our goals to make sure that people succeed, people who are into businesses. So if you are following the show via Facebook and YouTube, I recommend that you share the podcast, like, and make some comment. We will highly appreciate that. Uh, we want to thank all of our supporters for their support. I usually like to start off with that because I think without people who support our platform, we would not have reached this far. So I always like to recognize that. And then for some of you who are still contemplating of supporting this unique platform, please do. Uh, like I always say, we are in the business of uh, helping people, making sure we provide a lot of good information that you and I, some other people will come in and tell you, say, I want you to, give me this, give me that, and I can provide you information. But we provide this information free of charge. So tonight I'm going to just walk you through some important things about businesses and some of the things that you will have to take into consideration for some of you who are already into business and some of you who are desiring of owning your own small businesses. And I'm also going to provide you a way that you can be able to get yourself going into small businesses. If you want to get yourself involved, I will give you some good information as well. So share the podcast, like, make some comment. We highly appreciate you. We also have the phone number available uh, that you can call and share your perspective. But also, we have a time where we a live phone conversation. But right now, like go into what we are here for because we want to spend time doing what we are here to do just for an hour because we want to be very time conscious. We all have activity to do. So once again, I want to say I welcome all of you for following our platform live on Facebook and YouTube. I want to say welcome. I'm your host, Ricky Ali. And today we are going to talk about business. The last episode of Light Talk Business, we dive into so many important things that a business owner or a business person must as seriously avoid. There are times, the main purpose of business is for you to make profit and for you to succeed. No one want to get into business where they don't want to, achieve anything or they don't want the business to prosper or to grow. I mean, If you are a business person and you get into business because you don't want your business to prosper, then I don't think you're really, are ready to do business. So that's why we always provide very important information that will help you succeed. And we want you to follow these things that we say because these are not just things that we just made up. These are real life, situation. They are real, things, skills, and approach and things is, and let's say approach and methodology that you can use to help become a successful business person. So let's run through what we have here today. We are going to encourage a lot of people who want to get into business, especially small business people. Please always remember that business and failure come with business. That is why, as a business person, you must always have the ability to consummate failure as a challenge. Whenever you fail, see it as a challenge. Don't fail and say, oh, yes, this is not working, and you get discouraged and you now leave the business alone and the business go to square one. No, that's why you need, that's what I say, being a business person, you have to require dedication, it requires vision, and it requires strategic approach. A lot of businesses have, strategic approach, but they don't have vision. And because they don't have vision, so at the end of the day, they find themselves into things that affect the ability to grow. So vision is very important because the vision tell you how long you're going to see the business in terms of 5 to 10 years from now. How do you see your business 5 to 10 years from now? So then that's when you have to put more time. You got to be dedicated to the business. So it's very important. And no, not to waste much of your time. We're just trying to re-echo uh, what our episode, the last episode, all about. But let's go into business. Please like, follow, and subscribe. We highly appreciate that. So today we are going to discuss, we are going to let business people and also some of you who want to get into business, we are going to let you know these tips that we are going to provide. They are very important tips. Please be mindful and take these tips into consideration. They are very good and it will help you a lot. It will help you a lot. So we're going to provide you, first of all, every business you want to do, first of all, you got to ask yourself, you know, am I able to manage finance or cash flow effectively? That is the things you have to discipline yourself first. Because if you can't manage money, I tell you, you can't get into business. Because when you get into business, there are a lot of temptation. There are a lot of sometimes you will break even. Sometimes you will even put your money into something and you lost, you fail. That's why I say expect to fail as a business person because you will fail many times. You know, Barack Obama told me about Michael Jordan, how he failed, I don't know, several times until Michael Jordan became the best basketball player. You know, every good thing have a tough beginning. And if you don't want to go through the tough beginning, then it just happened with the platform that I'm having. Right now, people might think that it is something that, one person is doing it all the time, one person is doing it, you might get tired or so. Well, I won't get tired. So that's the same thing with business. When you want to succeed, and because I told myself that this Rahim show that somebody Rahim name that somebody used to call me, I wanted to utilize the name and make it all of something to impact our world. Today I'm working hard to make sure that these things work because I said it and I meant it and I'm putting in dedication. So it's the same thing with business. You have to be dedicated. You got to put in time. You got to be very resilient. So all of this thing will help you to succeed because you don't want to put yourself in business and you don't succeed. So we are going to provide you important tips for growing a successful business. We are going to provide you important tips for growing a successful business. But like I said, I just went through all the things, but you have to ask yourself, am I able to manage cash flow effectively? That's the thing you have to ask yourself. Are you a money person who can manage money well? Are you a person who can manage money well? That is a question. Because if you want to get in business, you have to learn how to control money. If you can't control money, then you and business are not compatible. Because you might get in business and then later on start to use the money inappropriately, buying things you won't be able to succeed. Because business comes with a lot of patience and a lot of dedication and a lot of control, financial control. So let's read out something here so you can get the picture of what I'm trying to say, right? They say, okay, cash flow management is one of the most important aspects of running a successful small business because every business starts with small and eventually grow to a larger stage. Because you won't, even though they have some people who have money, a lot of money, and they start bigger business, but we are encouraging people who want to get into small business, like you can start your business with $1,000 and you maintain that $1,000, it grow eventually to $2,000, and that's how it quadruple. It begin to grow a lot. So cash flow management is one of the most important aspects of running a successful small business. It is essential clarity. It is essential clarity on as to how the money is coming into the business from the sale and other income sources, how much money is going out, expenses as a payroll. Because take for instance, if you own a business, you have like two-person working with you and you are paying these people. The first of all, you got to understand how much sale, because the payroll of these people is predicated upon the what? The sale. If you're not making much sale, why would you have one or two-person working with you if you know you got to pay these people? So you see your sale, and we're going to come to sale aspect because that's what I'm saying. Importing tips for growing a successful small business. That's what we're going to dive into. But I'm just trying to give you the background of what we are going to dive into. So you see, you have to know, especially you, the person you have bills. You are dependent on that. Let's take for instance, you are not working anywhere. This is a business that you do just to provide for your home, to pay all your bills, to pay your current bill, to pay your utility and every other thing. But then you are not making sale. How do you expect to pay this bill? And what is leading to a low sale? And what is triggering for which you don't have sale? So in advertising, they have something called a unique selling proposition. It is it is what the advertising agency use for the product so that it can trigger buyer to come to that product. So sometimes people do a huge kind of campaign, advertising campaign, because they want people to come to that product. So and there are a lot of times people do what we call promotional sale, like Walmart. You see sometimes they no longer want to carry the particular product in stock, so they do a clearance sale. That's a form of promotional sale because you do sometimes temporary reduction in the price so that more client can know, oh yeah, this is $10. It used to be $10 now, it's $5. You see, then people come and buy a lot. So sometimes these are all business and a strategic, business approaches. So so you got to establish a reasonable budget and regular tracking expenses that will help you ensure that you have enough cash flow available to meet your financial obligation. So what it's trying to say is, if I know I want to get into business, and this is what I'm depending on, business that I'm depending on, I have to know how much cash flow is coming, like how much I'm selling or how much I'm putting in, before I can know how to pay all the bills and the things and hire somebody to work along with me. So you don't want to have a business where you have the business at loss. No, business is for profit making. You make business to make profit. You don't make business. There are times you will lose. Like I said earlier, you will fail. You will fail, but it happens. It is normal in business that you can fail. But when you fail, you have to have the ability to consummate that failure as a challenge and do better. So let's walk through the tip because we are not here for long. We are just here for an hour to share something with our business people out there so that they can learn some of these things that we're going to share. So number one, the tip for growing a successful small business. A lot of people have reached out to me and say, "Oh, Ricky, some of the things that you say, they are very important things." Yeah, these things that I'm sharing, they are not something that are, imaginary, created. No, no. I read a lot of current things and I take this information and I blend them and put them together and I feel they are useful for people who are into businesses and people who want to even establish their business. So number one is identify the mission. You're a small business person and you want to get into business. The first thing you have to do, identify your mission. Identify what you actually want to do. Your mission, what product? I want to do business, but let me know what is my mission of doing this business. First of all, you have to have a mission. What is my mission, of doing this business? What is my mission of doing this business? In your mission, you provide a unique service, a low cost item, or a environmental friendly item. Like you want something where you think a lot of people are, out there that need. Take for instance, if I wanted to get into clothing business, right? And I noticed that during the summer, a lot of people, need suit, need a coat suit, wear a coat suit. And then I see the prices of other coat suit are out there for 150 or 200. We're just making a hypothetical case. It's not something constant. But I see the suit out there for 150. And then I say, okay, send those suit out there at 150. I can bring a suit on the market and make it $100 and that will have the same value, same things. Then I know exactly that with this, I can be able to make profit. Depending on how I'm purchasing it. Even though quality varies because sometimes you don't know what the person is buying their product from also. But it's very important to identify your mission. And the second thing is you got to create a goal. Initially, in my previous episode, I mentioned about every business, you must consciously have a set of goals. If you don't have a goal, you don't need to do business. Because what is a goal or even doing a business? Somebody will ask, what is your goal? What is your goal? So you create a both short-term and long-term goal. Ask yourself, in 2 years' time, where do I want to see the $1,000? Assuming that you started a business with $1,000. Ask yourself, assuming that where do I want to see this $1,000 in 2 or 3 years' time? Where? Where do I want to see the 1,000 or $2,000 in 2 or 3 years' time? Then, after you ask yourself that question, then you got to look at the long-term goal. Okay, in 2 or 3 year time, the $1,000 is going to be 5,000. Okay, now I understand in 2 year or 2 or 3 year, I get 5,000. Okay, let's look at 10 year, which is a long-term goal. So these are all goals. You have to identify your mission and create a goal. You have to have a goal because if you don't have a goal, you don't have a business. Number three, build a strong team. Take for instance the business, you have all activities, so now you have one or two person managing, helping you to manage the business, especially for Liberian who might be watching. I know late in Liberia, people are in bed, but I guess some other people are also live on Facebook, on social media. But you're a business person and you have one or two people working with you. Okay, you have to build a team. That is why I said in my previous episode that you have to put people that fit into your culture. If you don't put people that fit into your culture, I tell you, those who don't fit into your culture will do a lot of things, and because of some sentimental feeling, you might not want to fire them. Sometimes, for instance, you bring your own brother or your own spouse or your own person or your own relative into the business. It's okay. I want to help them, my brother, or I want to help the person. Come and be a part of the business, and you put that person to the business, and that person tend to be uh, so contrary to what your vision are or your dream and aspiration for the business are. Obviously that person is going to be a danger to the business because you are thinking different as a leader, the person is thinking different. So how can two opposite people succeed? So it become a problem. So you always have to bring people that fit in your culture. It's very important. So build a strong team, especially for businesses that have more than one person as as a manager. Like you have some big businesses that have you know somebody who is a general manager, somebody who is the assistant, somebody like a different leadership hierarchy. All are working together for the success of the business. But we are talking about small business. Sometimes small business can hire two or three people, and especially like brand business, sometimes we bring our own relative to help us to do the business. So it's important to know whether your relative have the same intention like you have for the business. It's very important. And then ensure customer satisfaction. This is the most important thing that can make you to stay in business. Take for instance, I have a business where a customer walk into the business and I see one of my employee abusing the customer or talking to the customer in an unfriendly manner. You think what will happen? We've already said that the advertising agency have already spread the news about your business, how you are carrying on promotion. Now the person, people have started going to your store, then you hear such a thing happen. That is a big things that can affect your growth and your customer retention. Because if one customer is offended, they may, probably carry the need, the news rather, to all the places and tell the person, say, "Oh, I went to that business place. Oh, the guys are there. They are not nice. They are not nice at all," and that can affect sale growth and can also affect income and also affect the business at large. So it's very important to make sure that you ensure customer satisfaction. Every customer that comes to the business should go smiling. I have my own stuff that I created. I never had the opportunity to go and address this, but I have a unique something that I call sales smile. It is a uh, receptive quality of a cashier or somebody who an usher, somebody who just interact with customer, somebody who deal with customer. You have to put on a very receptive quality. That's what I call sales smile. Sales smile is where you just feel with smile. Because why? If you are filled, have you ever gone to the bank before and see how the bank or the teller and other people, they just smile, and when you go in at the good bank, because the thing here is the bank pay them based on how they treat customer. When the bank is not making much money in that area, right? The bank will start to reduce the manpower, the employee in that area. So people have to be very receptive. So when you have a business where you ensure customer satisfaction, I tell you, you can gain a very good, very good percent of the market. You can really gain a very good percent of the market. So it's very important to ensure customer satisfaction because it's very important. If you don't have customer, because if you treat for instance, you have 100 customer and you treat 100 customer well, those customers are going to spread the sweetness and the goodness of your business to all the customer. So that alone tell you that you have already retained people, and yet you are about to get more people because of the uh, 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 your ability to ensure customer satisfaction. So that is very important. So as a business person watching this, wherever you are watching this podcast from via Facebook and YouTube, make sure that as a business person you have to ensure customer satisfaction. Another thing you have to do, make the best product service possible. Make the best product and service possible. If you are into service business, let the service be sweet. Oh yes, sweet like an orman, sweet, sweet. You know how when people spray themselves right and it passes by you right, and you smell it, you say, "Wow, man, this person smells nice." That is how your product and your services should represent. That is how the brand should represent. I have a couple of my friends who are into business, and a shout out to my man T Banks, which is a T Bank Classy. That guy is so friendly. Most of the time, he come up with new collabo. He try to you know uh, tell people, and most of his brands are very nice. So you see, and then also I have my man Sao, Recipe Sao. He come up with his own product called Simple but Heavy. Very very good product. Very good product. I guess he's bringing a new product that is coming soon. So you see, and I have my own sister too, Antoinette. Antoinette is she specializes in in African wear. So you see, sometimes your when you ensure customer satisfaction and the way you talk to customer can make other people to say, oh yes, this lady, her products are good, and the way she addresses people is nice. I won't mind even buying more items from her. So it's very important, guys. It's very important to ensure customer satisfaction and also make sure that your product and services are offer are offering the best quality. You know, service. If you are into service business, let it be at the sweetest, best possible. If I can even combine these, I know adjectives, sweetest, best possible. Let it be. And then if you are providing product, don't go and provide product that doesn't represent your brand. You have to provide if you are speaking. And then one of the things people does again, and people do rather, sorry, is the fact that people they have what we call deceptive advertising. Deceptive advertising is where you say something about a product, but it's contrary different. That is being deceptive. You have to say things about your product and let that thing you say about the product, let the product brand represent what you say. So that's it. There are a lot of people who say, oh yeah, I mean, they think I'm selling it good, but the quality is bad. Don't be in the business because if you want to ensure customer satisfaction, because when customers are satisfied, that is how money comes. So it's very important. And another thing you have to do is implement marketing strategy. Now that you have hold of the customer, right? You want to implement marketing strategy. You start looking for approaches, different, That's why you see change is essential in business. There are a lot of innovation things are happening. We are in the 21st century. Technology has made things easy. People can be all the way in Africa and you can ship things, they buy things from here and you ship it to them. There's so many things that are happening now. So they're very important. So change is essential. So you have to adapt to change as a business person. So you might implement marketing strategy. Sometimes if this thing is not working, new different strategy. If the thing is not working, new different strategy. A company in Liberia called Labor Cell. Labor Cell, I always use Labor Cell as an example because they were doing well. They were trying to gain some share of the market in Liberia. They have quality a product when it started. The prices were a little lower, so a lot of people started running to them. But guess what? Strategic approach. Like I said, you have to blend all these three things to succeed. You have to blend dedication, vision, and strategic approach. One of these things are amazing. It can affect the ability for the business to grow. And strategy is very good because the strategic department feel to do something when it had decline. Whenever there is a decline in sale, you have to go and reassess, reevaluate what is going on. What is happening to my business that I noticed that my sale margin had declined? What is going on? Why is my sale margin declining? Why is it shipping downward? Why is it going to the downward trend? You, all those things have to, bother you. That's why you see more companies when they notice that they experience losses, it can be easy. It can also affect even those who are employed with the company. See, so everybody want to make profit. Who want to lose? Nobody. Nobody go. And it's true that you can fail, but I mean, you don't want to lose millions of data just from from a little thing that you should have done. So implement marketing strategy is very good. That's why you see more companies use what we call advertising agency because they want more people. You see even bigger company. You see on some of the media, you see the advertising, some of the company product because what? They look at the different campaign and help bring customer to the business. And then embrace change. Like I said, you have to embrace change. Sometimes natural things can happen. Natural occurring can happen. Change can be natural occurring. Change can be sometimes inflation. Change can be sometimes customers are tired with one product and one different product, That is why you see most of the people who are indifferent into manufacturing things, right? You see, they don't produce one thing over and over and over and over. Even if they're producing one thing over and over, you will see that they give it a different design, a different design, a different design. Take for instance, you are wearing a rubber slipper, right? And then you see today the rubber slipper is different from the way it was 2 years ago. You see the same slipper, but it's being branded into different style. See, that's what it called change. You have to embrace change because you can just be bringing one product. People will get tired. People get tired with the product, and then nobody want to buy because people want to see different things, different things. They don't want to see one thing over and over. And then another thing, you have to be organized. Get organized. Get organized. So these tips are very important for anyone who want to get into business. The first thing that I said was identify your mission. What is your mission? First of all, you get into business, you have to have a mission. Why am I getting into business? That is a mission. Oh yeah, I think, and then you also have to ask yourself, am I good enough to manage cash flow effectively? Because a lot of time we don't manage money effectively. We don't have that ability to manage money, and we get into business. And at the end of the day, we use this business just for the name, and then in the long run, we don't tend to succeed. I'm using my podcast to encourage more Liberian people. I'm challenging Liberian because I want Liberian businesses to succeed. If you're a Liberian and you're watching this podcast via Facebook and YouTube, I want to encourage you. When you are a business person, to be a successful businessman is a coveted achievement, but it requires dedication, hard work, dedication, vision, and strategic approach. So I guess a lot of Liberians want to succeed, and I'm praying for all Liberians to succeed. And it's not just only Liberian, but any foreigner who is watching the podcast as well. If you are into business from whatever country you are watching, I don't want to be too specific, but any country that you're watching from, and you want to succeed in business, you have to be dedicated. You have to have a vision. You have to have a strategic approach. Because if you don't have these things, then you're not ready for business. And like we said, you need to have a mission. What is your mission of doing a business? Why do I want to get in business? Those are questions you ask yourself. Am I able to manage money? How good am I with money? How good am I with money? If you don't ask yourself the question, you can't get into business because you don't want to get into business and you don't succeed. And you create goals. This is where I go. You might consciously have a set of goals. What is my goal? Is it long term? The short term? Is it business just for 2 years, or is it business running for 10 years? Depending on your short term goal, that's how you can achieve your long term goal. It's very important. And then you show customer satisfaction because these are people who bring money to the company. People who bring money. Like for me, I'm into the service business. We help senior. So if for any reason my company is not certifying the senior, obviously you will see the result returning people. You will see a lot of things happening. So if you are providing service or product, remember, let your service or product represent your brand. Oh yes, let it represent your brand. Let us provide the things you say in your marketing campaign. Let it just represent the same thing you say. If you say this is a quality thing, let it be a quality thing because employee are very, customers are very skeptical about things when you are very deceptive about the item. They are very skeptical because you don't want to provide a product where and you tell the client this and the product represents something else. You see a lot of time people see things online and they order it. They see that the thing is so good when they order it and then they say, no, I don't need this. They send it back because the advertisement, show that the product is very nice, but in reality, the actual product is different. That is deceptive advertisement, or advertising. So you don't want your product to represent that. You want your product to represent your brand. If your product is this, let it be this. Because when you certify customer, you will have more customer and more customer. You will retain those what you have, and you will have more customer. Very important. And make the best product and sale possible. So that if you are into product, produce the best product, design the best product. Because the thing is, you want to uh, make sale, you want to make or service, you want to make people to be happy. If you can't make your client happy, I tell you, you won't make anybody happy. If you have a business where customer go, you have to let your employee know how to treat the customer and you as a leader, the employee rather form a habit based on what they see you do. The way you talk to customer, the way you approach they themselves, and the way you are treat the entire business. It is dependent upon that they are able to do well into the business. So another thing is you have to build a strong team. Know who to bring into the culture. Know who is working along with you. Whether they have the same vision, they share the same aspiration. You got to take into consideration that. You know, I want to read out something very important for those who are watching. It's a happy customer often become repeat buyer. Happy customer often become repeat buyer. Spreading the word about your favorite store. See, I just said it, and this is the effect. Happy customer, what become often or become right repeated buyer. Happy customer become repeated buyer. Spreading the word about your store or your design or your app or your platform or your service. They are going to spread the word. Oh, hey, guess what? I went to a store today and I saw this product. Very nice. The people were so nice. Your need has already gone. The fact that she said, hey, this was nice. They want you already gone. That is just an advertisement by the buyer. You see, very unique. So you always have to make sure that those that you are selling for or those that you are making the business for are always happy. When they are happy, they will come every time. They will come and buy every time. And then they will spread the news about your product, about your brand, about your platform, about whatever apps or whatever service you provide. They will spread that. And then another thing, you have to attract target audience. You have to attract them. You have to do something to attract. Make sure sometimes you say, okay, I have the 300 customer now, repeated buy. Now I want to have 600. What do you do to attract them? That is when you have to implement marketing strategy. Implement marketing strategy. What approach you have to take? You do a marketing strategy to make sure that, you know, one of the things I love about some businesses in Liberia, and you noted that if somebody went to China and bought a goose, uh, they sell certain part of certain portion of the goose that they have purchased from China, and they noted that the sale is reducing. Not many people coming to buy, so they then do what we call a promotional sale. For instance, they were selling the jeans that lady wear, $10 for each. They now reduce it to $2.15, $7.50 for each, or $2.15. But then they want you to buy two, so they say 15 for two, but 10 for one. So now you see you have the chance of buying the jean 2 for 15, you save 5, but it's just a promotional mindset that the man want a lot of people to come and buy more items. But you're buying a 2 instead of buying the 1. See? That is what marketing strategy. Marketing strategy. So folks, don't want to waste much of your time, but this is all we have to share on our Light business. For some of you who have followed the show, thank you for your comment. Thank you for your support. I see a lot of people making comment. Thank you so much for your comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share the podcast, like, and also make some comment. We highly appreciate that. And then also, if you want to be a part of our discussion, please feel free to reach out to me. Reach out to me. The number is on the screen. Reach out to me so we can have a one-on-one conversation. And then also, if you can come out here and share your views, share your perspective, let me know as well. We are open to anyone who want to be a part of the show. So I want to wrap up our show here. We had an awesome time. Just a recap of what we say here. As a business person, you have to follow these different tips that we just mentioned to make your business successful. You know, doing a business in an infant stage, sometimes it can be very challenging but rewarding. Business is very challenging but rewarding because once you put in your dedication, allow your vision to flow, and then also, you know, take advantage of some different strategic approach on how you can improve. Don't forget that, all the people who have been in business before, you have to learn from them. That's one of the mistakes sometimes we make. We want to like we know everything. If you want to get into business, get along with people who have been in business. Ask them. Sometimes these people's success story are very helpful for your beginning, because if you follow just, oh yeah, I want to do business because you're passionate about it, you will succeed. I guess people have succeeded by that. But it's also important to also learn from people who have been in business. Go and have, or interaction with them, learn from them, ask them some question, and then you can learn from the kind of testimony from them, and then build your business. So it's very important. Don't behave like everything, because it's part of innovation. You have to learn. Change is essential, because you have to learn. You have to adapt. You have to learn from other people who be in the business who have succeeded, because that is how you learn your way to become a successful businessman. So, folks, that is how we come to the end of our laptop business. And I want to thank all of you who have supported this platform, and some of my followers. I want to say thank you for following the Rahim Show. Continue to do what is necessary. We are here to spread things to help people succeed, and we'll continue to do our best to make sure that our world become a better place. So, thank you. That is how we conclude this. I want to say appreciate everybody for taking up the time to join me this show time on our platform. Until then, we are going to see you next time. Bye for now.